It's Week 14 of the NFL, and we'll see Brandon Ayuk. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the 49ers and the Bears. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers. 2 teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And running with power here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their 6'4" QB from the University of Tennessee. It's Joshua Dobbs.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Throwing here, Dobbs. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw is Dobbs. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. And now as we get toward the home stretch here of the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
19 yards there on the catch and run. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Bears ready to go on offense, and it's the #1 overall pick leading them out, the Heisman Trophy winner from USC, Caleb Williams.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. but he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here is 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Williams. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. You look at this Niner defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Staying on his feet, buying time to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Williams. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. To throw, Williams. And that will be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Niners offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Finding McCaffrey on the slant. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good. 4A. First and 10 at the 47.
Back to throw Dobbs. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 44-yard line.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. Dobbs. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
On play action, it's Dobbs. And that is incomplete. Jalen Johnson that time able to knock it away.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 4-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Well, maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. You look at this Niner defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Off the play fake, it's Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Throwing is Williams. Throw right side taken in by Adunze. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal
Swift will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Swift again, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. DeAndre Swift, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
Now Dobbs connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Niners at 8-4 now in the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now Dobbs. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Gets through, and now an opening. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Here's Dobbs to throw. This is caught. Touchdown! George Kittle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to move back in front. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point try now for Moody. And that makes it 14-10. That time a 6-play drive.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Play action. Now Williams. That pass complete to Moore.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift.
A solid stiff arm. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll run. This is Khalil Herbert.
Dances by him. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Khalil Herbert, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all? I think he earned himself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2 or your number 3 running backs. You want him to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lobby for more playing time? Have runs like that.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
13 yards there and a Niner 1st.
And a 49er 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Down right around the 25.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Now that one to the right side and incomplete.
Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie things at 17 all. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive.
He had the touchdown last drive, now up over 1,300 yards on the season, and still plenty of time in this game for him to keep those numbers climbing.
And I like the fact that it's a number that you're not worried about protecting. Because if you're trying to get around, if you're trying to get over 1,000 yards, you get a little nervous, right? At this point of the season, you have a few losses. Now you're back below 1,000. Here, you're just trying to climb a big-time total even higher.
From the gun, here's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
At the 42-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
37-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Bears first down.
Once again, it's Swift.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago.
From 17 yards out. And the Bears have broken the tie. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Back onto the field comes this offense led by George Kittle. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. First down, here's Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. And there's Jaquan Brisker getting to him behind the line. Great play by the safety.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
His throw incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. Couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Dobbs is throwing.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Throwing here, Dobbs. Touchdown, 49ers.
Juwan Jennings
From 6 yards away.
And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch.
Moody good with the extra point.
And we've got a tie game here in a back and forth first half. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense and running back DeAndre Swift headed back onto the field. Now, he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Here's Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
To the air, Williams.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
The 49ers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
2nd and 10.
To throw is Dobbs. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw Dobbs. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. On the return is Jones. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bears take over.
The Bears offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Open man here is Scott, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
To throw once more, here's Williams. And again back to Kmet.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And his throw is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. To throw, Williams.
And that will be incomplete as well.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Dobbs.
And here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Dobbs.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now Dobbs. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
A short throw here to Latu.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now Dobbs. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, where it was the Cardinals who come away with the victory at home. Kyler Murray, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, we head east to Detroit to check on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jared Goff, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. John Wolford, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The drive will start with an option going left. And some strong running. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Here's Dobbs to throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Throwing is Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
To throw, it's Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. On the option to give to Swift here.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 14.
He's going to try and do this himself.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Gerald Everett, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Bears are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Santos with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
This is 2nd and 8.
At the 31-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Here's Dobbs to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw. Dobbs toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll get this to his tight end, Latu.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 24-yard line.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Dobbs is throwing. Throw left side complete. That's Willis. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15.
Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
Yeah, in the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
Pushing his way through, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it third down.
Here's Williams.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And that's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Throwing here, Dobbs. A quick throw, but incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. To the air, Williams. He'll get this off to Swift.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
To throw, Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Odunze. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back to throw now on first down.
And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
So from the 37, here's second and a couple. Swift going to try up the middle.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bears on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
That is caught. And he will have the Bears first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
They'll go play action here with Williams.
On the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Williams from the gun on third down.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Leonard Floyd picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 18-yard line.
Now Dobbs. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Dobbs.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
3rd down and 10.
Throwing is Williams. Complete to Jones. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Dobbs. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
Holding. Offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw Dobbs. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Santos' kick is up and through.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Niners' 28-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So now the Niners down by 16, a little under a minute 50 remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10.
Dobbs.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now Dobbs.
Completes it to Jennings. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Pass interference. Defense.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Dobbs is throwing. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Chicago, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I can't believe what I watched. Why you give it up?